blissful day to you. How are you feeling today? How art thou feeling? Are you feeling with your hands? Are you feeling with your heart? How are you feeling? Are you feeling light? Are you feeling heavy? How are you feeling? So in today's live, I was inspired. I just shared with my wife. I said, you know what? I'm actually inspired to talk about business success and how you can use the law of assumption to manifest business success. And I was like, okay. I like that because I use the law of assumption to manifest massive business success. So I was very excited when that came through because I just want to share with you guys. When I came to, so I'm originally from Johannesburg, South Africa, and when I came to Cape Town, I was broke and I really wanted to live a comfortable life, a life of freedom and a life where I could do what I wanted to do, whenever I wanted to do, however I wanted to do. I just wanted to be financially free when I first moved to Cape Town, and I soon realized that the only way for me to live life at my own terms was to start my own business. So I then asked myself, so what business can I start? I don't know. And it just so happened that I connected with a friend that I used to work with in London, and he had his own business in Cape Town. So I worked with him for a while, and I did very well for him. And the thing that always stuck in my head was like, I used to work with this guy in London, and now I'm working for him. So I'm actually making him rich. And I also did not agree to how he did things in his business. So I decided I don't want to change the way he do things. What I'll do is I'm going to start my own business. Because when I realized how flippin' good I was whilst working for him, it just clicked that I can do this on my own. So I started a telecoms business in Cape Town, and it soon just flourished. We grew from strength to strength. We grew leaps and bounds, and the next thing you know, we were a force to be reckoned with. We were like really killing it, you know. We were we were thriving. And I actually used the law of assumption to create this business success. And I also taught my employees. So I had over 30 employees, and I taught them the law. And the most important thing that I think I taught them was gratitude, because gratitude not only made them better employees at the workplace, but it made them better husbands, wives, and they were better people when they went home, you know, because gratitude makes you happy. It makes you fulfilled. It keeps you in the present moment, and it constantly helps you to focus on what you want instead of what you do not want. So gratitude kind of erases complaining from your whole mindset. So that's what I shared to all my employees. So as I said that, I had over 30 employees. So now you have to understand, I'm a guy from Joburg coming to Cape Town with almost no money, starting this business. Next thing you know, I have over 30 employees. I have 2 branches, one branch in Johannesburg, one branch in Cape Town. But I have to tell you that it was very, very stressful. I did not enjoy actually going to work. Yes, I made lots of money, I made lots of money, but I just did not enjoy myself there. It wasn't my passion. And so I really had to, ask myself, do I want to continue doing this? Because I didn't enjoy it. It was way too stressful. And so before I'm going to tell you what I ended up doing, is I want to share this with you. For like a couple of years, or maybe 3 years, we constantly were just, doing 300K per year, $300,000 per year, 300,000. And I really wanted to take the business to like $1 million, because that was the next milestone, that was the next goal, that was the next step. So I really wanted to take it to $1 million. And I decided to get some help, and I obviously got a coach, and the coach showed me to actually take it from 300K to $1 million. And the most important thing that when I was working with the coach was, he basically showed me that I needed to change my mindset from being a $300,000 business owner to $1 million or $1 million business owner. And when I did that, within 9 months, we finally reached $1 million. We finally reached $1 million, but as I said, I wasn't passionate in this industry. I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. It was too stressful for me. I used to go on holidays and I couldn't even enjoy myself on my vacation because my employees, or not my employees rather, my managers used to call me and complain, right? And I was like, what the hell? I'm supposed to be on freaking holiday and they still texting me, they still calling me and complaining. I said, you know what? It feels like I'm in a freaking prison here. I don't like this. Yes, I made a lot of money. Yes, I was booming. Yes, I was thriving. But for my sanity and for my peace of mind, I said, no, I would rather start something that I am passionate about, that I am looking forward to actually doing when I wake up, that actually makes me feel alive, that makes me feel fulfilled. And I found this, like coaching and helping other people. I love this. I mean, like, when I work with my clients on a daily basis, it gives me joy. It makes my heart smile. I'm freaking on fire. I feel like $1 million. It just lights me up. It's literally just like, oh, I can't wait to actually do the work and to share with my clients and to remind them that, hey, it's already a done deal, and to just really hold their hands and show them exactly what to do and what not to do and stuff like that. So that's what I love, and I'm so grateful that I have found my passion. I'm grateful that I'm now living it, and I'm grateful that I can now go to bed with a smile on my face, and that I could wake up with a smile on my face. Now, I want to share with you, if you have a business, right? If you're an entrepreneur or if you're a professional, I want to share a few things with you that could help you take your business to the next level. I want to share that with you guys. So for the people that are actually online, if you're a business owner, entrepreneur, professional, let me know, because I want to share some powerful stuff with you guys. If you're like a business owner, or if you're thinking of starting your own business, let me know in the chat below. Okay, that's fine. We don't have any business owners. That's cool. But what I want to actually share for any professionals, entrepreneurs, or business owners, that in order for you to take your business to the next level, you have to ask yourself, what do you really want to see change in your business? And you want to ask yourself, how much do you want to actually earn on a monthly basis, and how you would like to transform your business. So in other words, if you could have anything in your business or your career, what would that be? So the moment you clear in what that is, then the next step is to apply the law of assumption. Now, what is the law of assumption? The law of assumption states that whatever you assume to be true in your head, in your mind, in your imagination, and remain faithful to that, it will reflect in your reality. Because everything, all your desires is already right, my bad. Okay, I actually just realized that the mic was actually a little bit far from me. But so going back, how you apply the law of assumption? When you know exactly what you want to manifest in your business, all that is required from you is just to assume in your mind, in your imagination, that you already have that you are already that. So the moment you've assumed that, for example, you're now a successful business owner, it is now a done deal, because your imagination is the only true reality. So your imagination is the only real world. When you accept it in your imagination, the 3D, which is just a mirror, the 3D is just a reflection, will then catch on to your imagination, and your 3D will then start to reflect what you've accepted in your imagination or in your mind. So that's like how the law of assumption works. It's very, very simple, but it's not easy, because the reason why it's a little bit challenging for some people is because of the subconscious conditioning and limiting beliefs and mental and emotional blocks. Because if you accept right now that you are the person who already has your desire, and later on the 3D tells you, nope, you don't have, you either going to react or respond. So if you react and say, yes, you're right, I do not have my desire, so then you're back to your old self. But if you respond by saying that, no, that used to be my old story, this is my new story, then you're actually basically confirming that you are the new self, your new self-concept. But it's not easy for people to do that, including for me. It also wasn't easy for me. It actually took some time to get rid of all the, conditioning in my subconscious mind that did not serve me, the limiting beliefs, and the BS, So now the first thing that I want to share with you, for all the entrepreneurs, business owners, professionals, is you want to watch your speech. Your mental diet is very, very important. If you want to run a successful business, your mental diet is very important. So how you actually talk on a daily basis. And when I mean talk, I mean self-talk and inner conversations. So you want to ask yourself, What do you normally tell yourself when you wash the dishes? What do you tell yourself when you brush your teeth? What do you tell yourself when you're busy eating? What do you tell yourself when you're just about to go to sleep? What do you tell yourself when you're daydreaming? So it's very important to watch your speech. Now, the limiting self-talk and inner conversations goes like, well, I'm not good enough, and I'm either too old or too young, and I can't afford to do this, or I don't know why it's not working for me. But it's always you having this dialogue with yourself, and you just confirming why it's not possible for you. Now, that happened to me as well, and it still sometimes, does happen to me, but I know how to navigate my mind and the 3D now, because I've experienced this, I've lived it, and I'm also teaching it on a daily basis as well. So that's why for me, it's easy to actually navigate and to become aware of anything that no longer serves me. So you want to watch your speech. You don't want to. You want to erase these words from your vocabulary. You never ever want to say that I can't afford it. As a business owner or as an entrepreneur, you don't want to utter the words I can't afford it. Because if you are telling yourself that you can't afford this, that, or the other, you are saying that you are not living in abundance. So you want to completely erase that statement, I can't afford it. If you see something that is expensive, or anything that is, or even the word, you don't even want to use the word expensive, right? But if you see something that is pricey, and if you maybe do not have the money in the 3D, all you need to do is just relate to that situation from your real self. Now, your real self is abundant. It is perfect. It is whole. It's complete. And when I say your real self, I'm talking about your inner self that already has all your desires, all the money, all your wishes, and everything that you always hope for. All you do is just say that, okay, I can afford whatever I want. If I want to buy that, I can have it. If I want to buy that, I can have it. If I can want to buy that, I can have it. Even though you do not have the money in the 3D. But if you saying it from within to say that I'm infinitely abundant because I am one with Source or God or the universe, whatever you call that power within you, you are one with that power. You're not separate from that power. So you don't want to use the words, I can't afford it. And also don't want to use the words, it's expensive. Nothing is expensive. You can afford anything. So that's number one. You want to watch your speech. And number two, you want to start listening to yourself. What do you tell yourself in the mornings when you prepare yourself? What do you tell yourself? What do you tell yourself when you are speaking to your friends and your family and your colleagues? What do you tell yourself in your mind? What do you tell yourself when you go to the restroom, when you brush your teeth, when you're in the shower? You want to listen to what you're telling yourself. Because if you're not sure what you're telling yourself, have a look at your results. It will tell you what your self-talk is and your inner conversations. Now, when you change your self-talk and your inner conversations, your life then changes as well. Simple as that. It changes. So that's number 2. And number 3, attitude of gratitude. You know, you always hear about the attitude of gratitude, to be thankful for this, to be grateful for this, but do you live it? Do you live it? When you have a cup of coffee, I'm having tea, but when you have a cup of tea or water or fruit or food, do you express your gratitude for that? Or is it just like, just another thing? Are you actually thankful for having, the tea or the coffee? Do you live the attitude of gratitude? Are you grateful for your sheets, your bed, the pillow, the blanket when you wake up? Are you grateful for when that water, when you just showers and stuff like that? So do you live the attitude of gratitude? Because if you live the attitude of gratitude, you're now going to be present, and you're now focusing on what you want, and you are now prosperous and you're abundant, and you're no longer complaining. You're no longer complaining because you only focus on what you want. You have a fruit, you're thankful. You have water, you're thankful. And the beautiful thing is, when you express your gratitude for anything that you eat or drink, it makes it taste even better, because it changes the molecular structure in the water or the food. That's so cool, right? So you wanna not like live the attitude of gratitude. Do this for a week, for 2 weeks. You'll see how your life change. You'll see how your life change. For the good, you'll have a peace of mind. You'll feel good. You'll feel better. You'll actually have so much more energy to manifest, because you're no longer in a state of survival or a state of stress, but you're now in a state of creation. You're in a state of abundance. And that just makes you feel so limitless and infinite. That's number 3. Number 4, this one is very, very important. You have to understand that your business is not the source of your income. Your business is not the source of your income. Because if you think that the only source of your income is your business, you are now limiting yourself. It's like you in your house right now, in your flat, wherever you live, and you telling yourself the only source of my water supply is in the kitchen. And you're like, nope, the only source, the only way I can get my water from is in the kitchen. But you can get your water from the freaking bathroom, the toilet, from another room, from outside, the yard. There's like unlimited sources of water supply. So you don't want to limit yourself, right? Because it's so easy for us as business owners and entrepreneurs to limit ourselves and say, no, I can only get my income or my money from my business. But when you do that, you're limiting yourself. Because remember, you are a limitless being. You are an infinite being. I'm talking about, when I say you, I'm talking about you, the inner you, your inner self. Your like Neville Goddard says that your true self is your imagination. So when I'm talking about you, I'm talking about the awareness, consciousness, God, universe, whatever you want to call that power. That power is within you. It's not outside of you. It's within you. And that power is limitless and it's infinite. So if you tell yourself that the only source or means that I can get my funds from is from my business or my workplace, you're limiting yourself. But if you say that I am one with God or the universe or source within me, and source or God or the universe within me is my ultimate supply, and I have unlimited streams of income, and I always receive large sums of money from multiple sources on a continuous basis. Now you are now opening up yourself to all unlimited sources of income to flow in your business and in your life. Now all of a sudden money can come from you to you through the lottery. You can now win money at the casino from scratch cards, inheritance. People send you now money from nowhere. You now receive money out of the blue. You receive money out of thin air. You get credits. You get refunds. So there's so many ways that you can get money on a daily basis. But the moment you limit yourself, you're actually shooting yourself in the foot. You're shooting yourself in the foot. Now you see, majority of people, they do not have a problem giving. Majority of people have a problem receiving because they're limiting themselves to only one source. So you don't want to be that guy or that woman. So you are a limitless being. You are an infinite being. So I love to talk about business, and I love to share with my fellow entrepreneurs, business owners, because I know that if it was not for business owners and for entrepreneurs, then the economy would stand still. So business owners are actually what makes the economy go, because we create job opportunities, we create opportunities for other contractors. We just make the world go round. So I just love actually. Well, at the moment, I do not have, or we do not have, like a lot of business owner or entrepreneur clients. But I would love, to have that. At the moment, it's just, people that love to manifest the SP and just some professional, success and health and all that good stuff. But when it comes to business owners and entrepreneurs, there's something very, very special about us, because and the reason why it's so hard and so challenging is because sometimes it can get lonely. Sometimes it can get lonely. Sometimes it's so easy for you to feel unmotivated. It's so easy for you to procrastinate. It's so easy for you to give up because it's lonely. It's not like you're going to a freaking office to hang out with other employees. You're on your own. And if you do not get your shit done, you don't get paid. So it can be scary, and it requires, boldness. It requires balls. It requires to say that, hey, I'm going to go all in, and I'm not going to take no for an answer. I mean, when I created, or rather started my telecoms business, there was sometimes that I wanted to give up. But the only reason why I did not give up on my telecoms business is because it was the only choice I had. I was broke in Cape Town, and I, like, first, when I started off, I didn't even have a proper place to stay. So that was my only option. I had to do it. I had to do it, and I gave my all. And the beautiful thing is, when you give your all, it pays off. Because now you're literally sacrificing yourself and say, hey, I'm going to give my all. I'm no longer going to play games. I'm no longer going to procrastinate. I'm no longer going to waste time. I'm going to take the necessary action. If you're not taking action on a daily basis as a business owner or as an entrepreneur, you will fail. You will fail. There's no question about it. Now, action, when I talk about action, I'm talking about inner action and outer action and inspired action. Now, inner action is obviously much more important when it comes to creating a successful business. So how you apply inner action is by you accepting in your mind that you are already a successful business owner right now. Even though you do not see the results in the 3D, you just accept to say that, yes, I believe that I am a successful business owner. And when you remain faithful to that new belief, that story, your 3D will then show you evidences of that new belief. And you will get inspired to actually act and to call that person, to reach out to that person, to do this, to do that. You will get inspired to do that. But inspired action is always right. Inspired action feels light. Inspired action is fun. Inspired action never feels like grinding and hustling and hard work. It's fun. But don't get it twisted, because for as a business owner and entrepreneur, it requires hard work. And the only reason why I can tell you this is because I've been there. I ran a very successful telecoms business. I had over 30 employees. I made like over $1 million. So I know what it requires to actually run a successful business. So I'm not going to tell you that, hey, you don't have to lift a finger. That's not the case. It requires hard work. You have to actually give your all. If you want to see results in your business, you have to give it your all. And if you're not seeing results in your business, it's because you're playing games. You're not giving your all. You're wasting time. You're procrastinating. And you probably believe what the limiting beliefs in your mind are telling you. Because as I said, it can be very challenging, right? It can be very challenging. And number 5, you want to focus on having clients and not getting clients. So number 5, very important as well. You want to focus on having clients, not on getting clients. Because when you focus on having clients, even though you don't have clients, when you focus on having clients, you are telling yourself that you have clients and that you're in abundance. But when you focus on getting clients, now you're like, all over the show, you like, stressing because you have to do this, that, and the other. Because remember, you are using the law of assumption to create a successful business. So you're tapping in to the power of your imagination. So you accept in your imagination that you already have, the clients. Now, when you remain faithful to that, what happens is your 3D catches up to your imagination and it reflects clients in your 3D reality. But only if you remain faithful to your new story, which is that you have clients right now. So that's number 5. Okay, so and number 6 is, okay, let's see what's number 6. Oh yeah, number 6 is to reprogram your subconscious mind to become a successful entrepreneur or a successful business owner. So the only reason why you do not experience success in your business is because there is a program currently in your subconscious mind that is saying that you are not a success. The program in your subconscious mind is basically saying that you are not worthy of success or you do not deserve success. But when you change that program in your subconscious mind to say that, no, I am worthy of success, I am deserving of success, I am a successful entrepreneur, I am a successful business owner. And then the moment that program is accepted in your subconscious mind, your actions, your thoughts, and your feelings will also change, because your subconscious mind controls 95% of your behavior, your actions, your thoughts, and your reality as well. So a good way for you to actually see and ask yourself, you're probably like wondering, you're like, I'm not too sure what's in my subconscious mind. Just have a look at your results. Have a look at your results. It will tell you exactly what is installed in your subconscious mind. Now, our subconscious mind has been programmed since we were babies. And now, in order for you to reprogram your subconscious mind, you have to be patient with yourself, because it's not an overnight thing. If it was an overnight thing, then everybody obviously would have been successful. But it's not an overnight thing. You have to be patient with yourself, and you have to see your mind as a child or as a pet, and be loving towards your mind. Be patient towards your mind. Be compassionate towards your mind. And when you have that approach, you will then understand that, okay, this is a process. I am now installing a new empowering program in my subconscious mind, which is that I am a successful business owner. I am a successful entrepreneur. And the moment it's accepted, your 3D then changes automatically, which is a beautiful thing. But it's very important to be very patient and to trust the process, and just to know that it does work. It does work if you just remained, faithful. And that obviously goes to everything. So if you, let's just say, if you want to manifest anything else, all that is required from you is just to install that new desire in your subconscious mind. And the moment it's installed in your subconscious mind, you will act according to that program automatically, because our bodies are like a biological computer, and our brain is actually the like a computer, and it's got all these different programs, applications, just to give you like an example. So when you change the programs in your brain, your body then follows automatically, because your body follows whatever your mind or the brain says. So for example, if you want your perfect body, right? In order for you to have your perfect body, you just have to install a program that actually says that I have my perfect body now. Or if you, whatever, any other desire, you just install that program. And how you install it is by accepting that you are now the person who has that desire. And you remind yourself that this is your new story, that this is your new identity, this is your new self-concept. You remind yourself every day. And the easiest way to remind yourself is by gratitude. And how you do that? To say that I'm grateful now that I am a successful business owner. I'm so thankful now that I'm a successful business owner. So you remind yourself on a daily basis. And the next thing you know, boom, you've now shifted. In other words, that program is now being accepted by your subconscious mind. So now you've shifted, your self-concept is now changed, and now all of a sudden, the universe loves you because now you're getting your desires. It's got nothing to do with the universe. It's got everything to do with your mind, your brain. When you change what's in your brain, the outside changes as well. So the universe has nothing to do with your desires. It's all a mindset game. So when you change what's in your mind, you'll change what's in front of you. And that's just that's the simplest way I can share with you. So whatever you want to see in your 3D reality, you first have to accept it here. Because your 3D reality is a reflection of your brain. It's just a mirror of your brain. When you change what's in your brain, you change what's in the 3D. Now that is a beautiful and empowering thing, because that means that you don't need anyone's approval, you don't need anyone's validation. You only need your imagination's approval and validation. So if your imagination says that, yes, I can see my desire, I can feel my desire, I can hear my desire, I can touch my desire, I can experience my desire, I can smell my desire, I can have my desire right now. If your imagination says that, then that's the only validation and the only proof that you need. So when you accept it in your imagination right now, it's a done deal. There's nothing else for you to do except to remind you that it is a done deal. Okay, and number 7. So number 7, you want to ask yourself, okay, now that you are a successful business owner or entrepreneur, how does it make you feel? How does it make you feel now that you are a successful business owner? How does it make you feel? Do you feel peaceful? Do you feel excited?
Do you feel grateful? Do you feel free? Free to do whatever you want, however you want, whenever you want. How does it make you feel now that you are a successful business owner or a successful entrepreneur? When you get that feeling, all you do is immerse yourself with that feeling. Immerse yourself with that feeling on a daily basis. So what I do, what I do with my clients, I have them immerse themselves in that feeling of how it would feel now that they are the person who has that desire. I make them immerse themselves until tears come out of their eyes. Because then you know that you felt that. You felt that you've experienced that, You've tasted that. You smelled that. You were literally there. When you open your eyes, you're like, oh my God, whoa. I thought that was real. Yes, it was real. That is the real world. The imagination is the real world. This world that you're perceiving is only a reflection. It's only a reflection. Modern scientists confirming now that this 3D reality is a computer-generated game. It's a virtual reality. Scientists are now confirming that we're living in a simulation. Neville Goddard said it. Years ago, Neville Goddard said, this is a simulation. It's a shadow. Neville Goddard said that this world is dead. The world of the dead. This world is a reflection. The real world is in your imagination. And to give you even a perspective, right, of how pathetic this 3D reality is, we only perceiving 0.005% of reality. Not even 1 freaking percent. We only perceiving 0.0005% of reality. Now let me put this into perspective. Suppose I come to your house right now and I say, hey, I want to show you something. And this is our World Wide Web. And I show you our internet. And I say, hey, you can only serve the internet in my town. You cannot get access to the country and to the rest of the world or the universe. And so now you're trying to Google, you're like, okay, I want to see how it is in Bali. Boom, it blocks you. You can't see what's in Bali. I want to see, I want to search, let's say Paris. Boom, it blocks you. You can't see Paris. And then I'm telling you that, no. I can only perceive, I can only see what's in my town. And you're like, really? I'm like, yeah, it's normal for us. The internet only allows us to see our town. And you say, what? Really? And then you tell me, no, our internet allows us to see the world and the universe. Let me show you. And then you Google and you say, check this out. California. And boom, I'm seeing all these beautiful beaches of California. I'm like, what the hell? I've never seen this before. Because I was limited to only 0.0005%. And now you're showing me a little bit more of what reality is. So I know your next question is, okay, so how do you get access to the rest of the 99.99999%? Well, that's not the point of the video. The point of this video is to share with you how to manifest business success as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. And but I just wanted to make a point that this 3D reality is not real. It's only a reflection. So everything that you are doing right now is going to reflect later on. What you're experiencing right now is just a reflection of your past residual thoughts and feelings that you accepted yesterday. So you are just living out a dream. You're living out a movie that's just playing out itself. So that's why manifestation, how it works is you first accept it in your imagination, and then your 3D catches up to your imagination, and then your 3D then reflects what's in your imagination. Now, the reason why it's so difficult and challenging for people to manifest is because when they accept their desires, they expecting to see it immediately. But that's not how it works with this 3D reality. Yes, sometimes it does reflect instantly, but most of the time, your 3D has to catch up with your imagination, with your new story. And then eventually, it shows your new story. And that's what we call a manifestation. Okay, cool. So do we have any business owners here? Do we have any entrepreneurs, business owners? Because this is simply just a live to share with business owners and entrepreneurs how to take their business to the next level. Like I said, I was inspired to actually do this, and I was like, okay, yeah, let's do that. Oh, cool. Oh, Megas. Oh, okay. Welcome, fellow entrepreneur, business owner. And, right. Number 8, you have to assume that you are already a successful business owner. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is not try. No, you select, you choose. You say, okay, I am already a successful business owner. And then you now live from that new space of being a successful business owner. So what do I mean by living from a successful business owner? You ask yourself, okay, what is a typical day look like for me as a successful business owner? What's a typical day for me as a successful business owner? Excuse me. Maybe you say, oh, okay, well, I wake up, I enjoy breakfast with my family. I go for a lovely walk in nature. And I then come back. I, read through emails. I respond. And I always just receive, clients from out of the blue, out of thin air. And I don't have to work and grind to actually, get these clients. They actually come to me. So you basically just ask yourself, okay, now that I've actually assumed that I am already this new version of myself, this business owner, what is a typical day for me? What do I do in the mornings? What do I do in the afternoons? What do I do in the evenings? Because when you are now seeing that clear picture in your mind, in your imagination, and you start doing that, right? You have to understand that your brain does not know the difference. Your brain doesn't know the difference between you actually doing something in this 3D reality or doing something in your imagination. Your brain takes everything as fact. Your brain does not understand jokes. So if you make a joke and say that you're broke, your brain say that, okay, we accept it. So your brain doesn't understand jokes. Your brain doesn't understand lies. Your brain only accept everything as fact. So you want to assume that you are already a successful business owner, and then you ask yourself, what is a typical day looking like? What's a typical week look like? What's a typical month look like? And you really dig deep. And number 9, now I love this one. Number 9, you have to assume the door is always open. Even though a door closes today, and maybe you have a big client, and it's a huge client, and the client says, nah, I don't want it anymore. I don't want to do business with you. It was nice. Always assume the door is open. Don't take the client's word for it, because circumstances do not matter. So you want to assume the door is always open. So if the client says no, you want to hear yes. Now the reason why you want to hear yes is because you know that what you can offer the client is life-changing. It is absolutely like transformative. It's going to make the client's life so much better. So you kind of helping the client to see the light. So what you're doing is you are revising. You are using one of Neville Goddard's techniques called revision. Now, revision is a tool that you can use to change the past. So if you had a client that said yesterday that, nah, I don't want it, or if you had a client that says, I don't want it, you go back to that memory in your imagination and you hear, yes, I want it. And you repeat that over and over and over and over again until it feels real. And what will happen is the moment you feel that it feels real, the moment you feel that it feels natural, the moment you feel relief or satisfaction, you have now changed that timeline. And that client is going to reach out, whether it's the same day, following week, or whenever, going to reach out and say, hey, yes, let's do this. So always assume the door is open, never closed. Remember, you are the God of your reality, and you can do, be, and have anything you want, no matter how big or small. There are no limitations. The only limitations are the ones that we impose in our minds. But there are no limitations. You can have it all and more. Okay, so those were 9 powerful principles that I shared with you. When you apply those principles, it will blow your business into avalanches of abundance. And if you may be trying to maybe start a business someday, when you apply all those principles, wow, it will definitely set you for massive success. Like I said, that I've used most of them when I had my telecoms business, and even though I wasn't passionate about my telecoms business, it helped us to actually went from $300,000 to $1 million in 9 months by just remaining faithful to this now as well. And I still use these principles for my new business, which is, coaching. But I actually used more of the things that I've now recently, learned in my coaching business as well. And I'm not too sure if you've seen the Law of Assumption workshop, if you guys seen that Law of Assumption workshop that we've done. So there's like 5 steps 5 steps that I use, my wife uses, our clients uses, only 5 steps to help you to manifest any desire, whether that's a desire for your business or a desire for your life. And step 1 is clarity and focus. So, you know what? I never used to be clear and I never used to be focused. I knew, okay, well, I had an idea of what I wanted, but I didn't have crystal clarity. And then when I asked myself, okay, cool, yeah, oh, so you want financial abundance? And I said, what does that mean? What does financial abundance even mean? Okay, so how much is that in revenue? How much are we talking when you say financial abundance? And I was like, okay, maybe like 100K. Oh, like, okay, now we're getting clear. So now, okay, you can now see it. You can actually visualize 100,000. But financial abundance, you're like, oh, it's so vague, right? It's so vague. And then you now focus on that 100,000 goal. You focus. You like, Crystal, you focus. You like, you focus, When you watch a movie or when you watch your favorite series on Netflix, you focus. And you know what happens when you focus? You basically immerse yourself. And then you like, when someone cries in the freaking TV show and the movie, you start crying as well. Because you just immersed yourself in that movie. Now picture if you do that to your goal. Do you know what's going to happen if you do that to your goal? It's going to trigger your RAS, your reticular activation system. And that's just your brain's filter, which will filter in only like financial abundance, which is $100,000. So your brain is only going to show you evidences of $100,000. And that's what you're going to start experiencing in your 3D. That's why it's so important. Number 1, clarity and focus. Number 2, embodiment and acceptance. So now, when you know that, okay, my goal is $100,000. So now you have to accept that you are the person who now earns $100,000. And how do you accept it? You believe it. Like you ordering Uber Eats, you look at the menu first, you're like, no, I don't want Chinese, I don't want Indian, I want a burger. You're like, okay, cool. So you're choosing, you got a burger. So you're clear, you're like, okay, I'm selecting, want a burger, boom, you purchase. That's how you accepting that you are the person who now has your desire. And then you embody yourself in that new identity. You ask yourself, okay, now that I am the person who earns $100,000, how am I thinking? How am I feeling? How am I acting? How am I relating to other people? How do other people perceive me now that I am the person who earns $100,000? And you ask yourself, how does it make me feel? How do I feel now that I am the person who earns $100,000? How do I feel? What's that feeling? What's the overall sensation? How does it make me feel? You get that feeling now. And you immerse yourself in that feeling. You get lost in that feeling. You daydream about that feeling. You just, So time now stands still because you're just so immersed in that new desire. you're now becoming one with your desire. That is step 2. Now, what happens in your brain when you accept and embody your desire? So, as I said, step 1, your RAS gets triggered and it only focuses and filters $100,000 opportunities for you, right? Step 2, acceptance and embodiment. It then sends a message to your amygdala, right? And your amygdala is the brain's highlighter. So your amygdala receives the information from your RAS and it assesses it, it judges it as good or bad. So for example, if you are experiencing lack in your life, the reason why you have a lack of money, lack of love, lack of health is because you are focusing on lack of money and you're focusing on loneliness and you're focusing and complaining about poor health. That's why your RAS basically sends this information to your amygdala and your amygdala say that, oh, okay, it's lack, it's stress. And now you're remaining in a stressful state. And when you are in a stressful state, you cannot manifest consciously. You don't have the drive, you procrastinate, you just don't have time for all this stuff. You're like, you just don't have the motivation. You just you can't be bothered. But on the other hand, when you now focus and you have clarity and you now accept your goal and you embody it, your amygdala then takes that information and says, okay, this is good information. It now produces good hormones, the happy hormone, dopamine. And now all of a sudden you feel good. You feel good. And when you feel good, you want to do good. So now, and when you feel good, you're no longer in stress. You're now in the creation mode. And now you're feeling motivated. Now you all of a sudden want to take action. Now you want to just go out there. Now you want to do all these things because you're feeling good. Step 3 is release and let go. So you ask yourself, okay, do I have any resistance when it comes to my goal? And you see what comes up. Do you have any fears when it comes to your goal? Do you have any limiting beliefs or attachments when it comes to your goal? And you see what comes up. And whatever comes up, you release it. When I talk about attachments, I mean, if you attach to a specific outcome and you say that my desire can only come through that channel, my desire can only come through this way, you are attached to an outcome and you are telling yourself and your God self that, it can only come from that. But when you release the attachments, you are saying that, hey, my desire can come from anywhere. It can come out of the blue. It can come out of thin air. It can come from Father Christmas. It can come from the king. It can come from a friend. It can come from anywhere. Because now you're allowing your God self to dance and to play through you. And you're no longer limiting yourself, and you're also no longer, limiting yourself. Now, why is step 3 so important? Because when you release limiting beliefs and when you release attachments, then it basically puts you in a state of freedom, and you also in a lighter state as well, and you no longer feel so heavy. So you're no longer suppressing your emotions, or you're no longer in denial and you're like, no, I'm God, I'm God. I don't have any limiting beliefs. I don't have any attachments. I don't have any, because I'm God. While if you are God, then you would have had your desires by now. The reason why you don't have your desires is because that's something that is limiting you. Now, if you release those things that are limiting you, then you will get your desires. So don't be like me. I used to be like, yeah, I'm God, I'm God. God doesn't have limiting beliefs. God doesn't have attachments. God doesn't have blocks. But I was God and I was broke and I didn't have my desires and I was complaining and I was anxious and I was stressful and sometimes I was depressed, but I was God. It's only when I became honest with myself and say, yes, I am God, but I'm having a human experience. And that human experience has been programmed since I came out of the womb. And some of those programs are limiting and they do not serve me. So if I want to move forward, I need to release those damn freaking programs because it's no longer serving me. Step 3. Step 4 is gratitude. So you say, hey, what am I thankful for that happened in the last 24 hours? You express your gratitude for only 5 things that happened in the last 24 hours. Maybe you say, pardon me, I'm grateful for the blissful sleep that I had. Pardon me, I'm grateful for my warm blankets, for my soft pillow, for my comfortable bed. I'm grateful for the tea that I had. I'm grateful for the person that I spoke to in the store. I'm grateful for the stranger that greeted me. You know, you think about all these things that happened in the last 24 hours. You say, what can I be grateful for that happened in the last 24 hours? I say, oh, my breakfast. Oh, my lunch. Oh, my dinner. Oh, the text that I got. The call that I had with a friend. And you're thinking. So now you see what's happening. You're now focusing on what you want instead of what you do not want. So now, and another one is you're grateful for already having your desires. Even though you don't see it, you still say that I'm grateful for the person that now has my desires, whatever that desire is. I'm grateful that I am now a successful business owner. I'm grateful that I am a successful entrepreneur. So what that does in your brain, it produces good hormones, dopamine, and it makes you feel good. I mean, if you expressing your gratitude now for 5 things, you will feel an instant shift. Just try it. Try. Express your gratitude for 5 things that happened in the last 24 hours. You'll feel an instant shift. And you're going to feel prosperous. You'll feel abundant because you're now focusing on what you want instead of what you do not want. So that's step 4. Step 5, inspired action. Inspired action. So now you say, okay, now that I am the person who has my desires, what inspired action can I take? And you just see what comes up. See what comes up. So the reason why I did this live to share powerful principles on how to manifest business success is because that's the inspired action that I got today. I was like first questioning, I'm like, really? So I have to talk about business, I have to talk about business success. And inspired action is going to be scary sometimes. It will be scary, but it's going to be fun and it's going to be easy. I mean, look at this live that I'm doing. I'm just flowing. I don't, it doesn't seem like I have to think. It just flows. Everything just flows out of me because it's inspired action. Inspired action is always easy, it's always right, and it's always fun. So those are the 5 steps. Let us recap. 5 steps, the bliss method. This is what we teach to our clients. And I would love to start teaching entrepreneurs or coaching entrepreneurs. I would love to coach entrepreneurs and business owners as well. And I want to share with them how I created massive business success as well by applying these 5 steps. Let's recap the 5 steps. Step 1, clarity and focus. This is when you become clear in what you want and you focus on only what you want. Step 2, acceptance and embodiment. This is when you accept that you are now the person who has your desire. Step 3, release and let go. This is when you release and let go all the limiting beliefs and the attachments you may or may not have. Step 4 is gratitude. This is where you express your gratitude for what you have and what you're trying to manifest. And step 5, inspired action. This is where you go within and you allow your new state, your new self-concept to actually show you what to do. That's where you have it, the 5 steps. When you apply these 5 steps on a daily basis, your life will change and transform forever. You'll feel like you're in the flow because now you're no longer confused. Now you're actually tapping in and you're asking your God self, you're asking your new state, hey, what inspired action can I take today? And your state or your God self, whatever you want to call that power, within you saying, hey, do this, that, and the other. And when you do that, yes, sometimes it is going to feel freaking scary, I promise you. But do it anyway. Because the moment you do it, it's so much fun. It's so easy. It's so light. Because it's inspired action. Okay. So, if you're an entrepreneur or you're a business owner, if you have any questions, let me know because I'm done. I hope you guys enjoy that. I hope you got value from it. So if you have any questions, let me know. Yes, Dan Mitchell, yes, I am live. I am based in South Africa, Cape Town. Okay, awesome. Thanks, Stephen. Okay, so there you have it, guys. That's all for me. Thanks for tuning in. As always, keep smiling and enjoy your blissful day. I'll catch you in the next one. Oh, and Jumping Joe, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Wish you everything of the best. And I hope you had this live is my gift to you. If you're a business owner, entrepreneur, or just, trying to manifest any desire, you can use all these principles. And it can help you. And if you are a business owner and entrepreneur and you want to go deeper and you want to work with me one-on-one, you can book a free discovery call with me. Book a free discovery call with me. We can talk about how I can help you, how I can take your business to the next level by applying these principles on a daily basis. So you can book a free discovery call, get in touch. But having said that, the super chat. Well, I mean, super chat is usually after this live is done, and then you can have access to the super chat. Or like, I don't know why it's not here, but it's supposed to be here. But anyway, yeah, guys, it was awesome. It was so much fun, man. So much fun. I hope you guys got value. And if you have any other questions, just comment below. Let me know. Keep smiling. Enjoy your blissful day. And I'll catch you in the next one.